How's it going, guys? This week I got a review for you on the Dimensional Hypotrocchoid. I'm just going to refer to it as DH because that is a mouthful. The compressed waveframe heavy grenade launcher that we got with Lightfall. Now this thing, it's interesting because it's a heavy grenade launcher. Well, obviously it goes in our heavy slot, but also the fact that it's a waveframe, the first heavy waveframe that we've ever gotten. It feels odd to use it in everyday gameplay when you compare it to our existing waveframes that we've had for a while now, or any other existing heavy grenade launchers. But that's not to say that it doesn't have its place. This GL has some great potential, and at the very least just makes us have to think about our placement whenever we engage with this thing. So come with me, let's do a quick dive into the weapon, its perks, and let's see what makes this gun tick. I have mine set up to maximize the blast radius, as you can see at the bottom. I went with high velocity rounds mainly for the reload benefit. The other option would be implosion rounds, but they hurt the blast radius, and honestly I think that is this weapon's strong point. And now we come to our first perk in the third column. The one I was mainly using was Unrelenting, which states rapidly defeating targets triggers health regeneration. I said this before, on my Hunter, I have little to no recovery on pretty much all my builds. So for me, on my Hunter, this is kind of a no-brainer. But to be honest, this isn't the perk I recommend for most people. The perk I personally think everyone should be running in the third column is Field Prep, for two basic reasons. One, to quote Cool Guy, it's basically outlaw on demand. You pop a squat, you hit reload, and by the time you're up, the gun's reloaded. That simple. Two, it increases ammo reserves. For anyone out there who has their mods just meticulously planned out and there's absolutely no flex for any kind of reserves on their chest piece, it raises your reserves from 32 to 62 and up to 72 when you have the enhanced version of it. Come on, who's gonna turn that up? Be honest. And then you throw on One for All, which in my opinion is the best damage dealing perk for this gun. You get 10 seconds of 35% damage by just hitting 3 targets. And this is where I say you have to think about your positioning a little bit, because this is a wave frame. You have to make sure you're gonna hit those 3 targets with the wave. But come on now, it's not that hard to hit 3 different targets with a wave frame grenade launcher. All it really comes down to is just working on some positioning. It's really that simple. And I know I'm not the only one out there who can see the synergy between One for All and Unrelenting. You're gonna get a damage buff and health regeneration simultaneously. Who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want that? Come on. That being said, I am gonna craft another one with Field Prep and One for All, mainly so I can swap it between my Warlock and my Titan, because recovery is just not an issue for Titan or Warlock, and just how confident I am that One for All and Field Prep is a great combo. I will happily go through the mind-numbing process of crafting this thing again and leveling it up. Now here's some nice clips of the damage output of this thing with One for All not even being prompted. This was on the strike playlist with a stasis surge going. The stasis surge is only a 25% buff, so you get a good indication of what this thing can do. The DH is just a beast when it comes to chipping away any boss's health bar. If you're paying attention to the gameplay, then you see I always take a second after I fire my first shot. This isn't to make sure that I procced One for All or anything like that. It's really more that awkwardness that I was talking about in the beginning of the video. When you first start using this thing, it takes you back a little bit, and you have to kind of take a second and just remind yourself, oh, it's a wave frame. Now here's a cool clip of why I love One for All and Unrelenting on this thing. I damaged myself with the first shot. I turned the corner and immediately start health generation by taking out a few vandals with the next one. There is another popular perk combination for this thing, and that would be Envious Assassin and Chain Reaction. And it's easy to understand why, it really is. With Envious Assassin, you basically just turn this heavy grenade launcher into a special grenade launcher. You can just whip it out, pop a few shots, switch over to your primary, get a few more kills, switch back, and you know it's refilled. The same gameplay loop we do with special grenade launchers already. But if you're gonna want to go that route, why not just use a regular special grenade launcher? Heavy weapons are meant to deal damage or wipe out as many adds as possible in a given area in time. I just feel like it's a waste of perks and honestly a weapon slot, because you can get the same results done with a special grenade launcher. An Envious Assassin is a solid perk. I'm not denying that fact at all. But personally, I think this weapon really benefits from having something like Field Prep or Unrelenting on it, because those two perks really fill in a certain role for the overall build. You have Field Prep, which gives you a faster reload and more ammo, always a good thing. And you have Unrelenting, which gives health regeneration and which helps fill gaps in any kind of lacking armor stat you might have. Me personally, I think those are the stronger choices, and the two main ones that I personally recommend. Now, as for chain reaction, that's also a really solid choice. You get a kill, it causes an explosion, and it does about 84 damage within a 3-meter radius. Again, nice. I'm all for explosions. Explosions! But once those explosions are over, that's it, you know, no real buff to that. Which is why I have personally landed on One for All. And if anyone's out there wondering why I didn't mention Vorpal Weapon for a boss DPS or anything like that, Vorpal is only a 10% damage bonus. I personally don't think Vorpal is worth it when you have something that can give you a 35% damage bonus and do that extra 35% damage to the boss if you just position it correctly with some adds that are running around. But that's just me. You guys craft this however you feel works best for you and your playstyle. This is just my personal recommendations is all. Alright guys, well, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Let me know in the comments what perk combo you guys have tried out and really liked on this weapon. If you liked the video, like and subscribe always helps out. And as always, keep a kind heart, a keen mind, and a savage soul. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.